Oh, hello. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Rob Tart. This is my cow Fluffy, and you're watching Pie's Perspective. All right, Fluffy, we gotta go. People are waiting on us. Fluffy? Hey everyone, I'm out of the hospital. Everything went pretty well. I want to thank everybody for the good well wishes, and I'm ready to start making more videos. An NYU professor named Wafa Bilal is planning to have a camera mounted on the back of his head. The camera is going to be attached to a mount which is implanted on the back of his head. Now, the camera will be used to transmit a live stream of images to visitors of a new museum in Qatar. Now, the man plans to wear the camera for 1 year, taking approximately 1 picture per minute. Now, I think I like this idea. Not the taking pictures part, but the idea of having a live feed of what's happening behind me. It'd be very cool if they could send those images from the camera directly to my visual cortex. That way I could simultaneously see what is in front of me and what is behind me. Think about it. Seeing everything that's happening behind you could be both fun and interesting. For example, you're in the crowded elevator, you're standing at the front, and you let go a silent but deadly air biscuit. Then you can stand there and watch the reactions of the people behind you as they clamor for oxygen. And if you go to prison, you can take a shower knowing that any attacks coming from 6 o'clock can at least be seen coming. Let's say you're running a marathon and you see somebody coming up behind you. You can casually move left or right to block them without them knowing that you're actually doing it on purpose. If you're a parent, you can be pretty sure your kids won't be monkeying around in the back seat, as they'll know they're under constant surveillance. If you get into a fight with your loved one, you can turn your back on them, and then when they say, "You look at me when I'm talking to you," you can say, "I am." Standing at the urinal in a restaurant could be interesting. You can see if any of the people at your table don't wash their hands after going to the bathroom. Then when you get back to your table and they offer you a dinner roll, you can politely decline while you attempt to control your overwhelming urge to vomit. Now, there are some negatives to having a camera on the back of your head. Basically, you can't turn away from things that you don't want to look at. You know, like when grandma asks you to turn around so she can change your shirt. Alright, who wants ice cream? We have the thumbs upsicle, the subscribe-sicle, the 3-flavor fave-sicle, and the comment on a stick. Please help yourself to anything you like. A Catholic nun named Sister Marie Thornton was accused of embezzling over $1.2 million from a college where she oversees the school's finances. Now, the nun apparently tried to send phony invoices to the school to help pay off her own personal credit cards and expenses. So you're thinking, what expenses could a nun possibly have? Well, this particular nun has a reputation for taking gambling trips to Atlantic City. Now, the embezzlement took place over a 10-year period. Now, I always thought that a nun was supposed to devote her life to God. When I hear the word nun, I think of things like Mass and prayers and devotion to the Lord. The things I don't think of are deal me in and big money and mama needs a new pair of shoes. I always thought nuns were held to some sort of a standard. You would think that taking a gambling trip to Atlantic City would at least be frowned upon. Now, I'm not sure how much money a nun makes, but I'm a little astonished that no one questioned how she was financing her gambling trips. She probably requested the penthouse suite so she could be closer to God when she's saying her nightly prayers. You know, right after she counts her winnings after a day of hard gambling. At least when she says her prayers, she can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Dear Lord, give me the insight to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Now, maybe she uses being a nun as some sort of a front. I mean, let's face it, she could hide cards and other items in her nun outfit and be fairly confident that she isn't going to get searched. I mean, what casino wants the negative publicity around strip searching a nun? Also, she could use her rosary to help count cards. I mean, who's going to dispute a nun when she says she's simply praying to the Lord for guidance? All while she's cleaning house at blackjack. Now, the nun also has to watch what she says or she could get a few suspicious looks. The last thing you want to do when you lose a big hand, especially as a nun, is swear. Mother Superior? Today's question of the day is, think of some other advantages there would be to having a camera on the back of your head. Anyway, that's all I have for this week. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, it's not necessarily right or wrong. It's just my perspective. Alright, Fluffy, can we go now? I'm getting kind of tired. Hya, mule, hya! Hello, Fluffy, hello. So the man plans to have a mount implanted on the back of his head to view. Now, there are some negative. The things I don't think of are deal me in and big money. No, big money. She probably requested the penthouse suite. I mean, let's face it, she could hard. All the while